Hello, welcome back. Today I have a treat for you. I'm making something today called sugar cake. Sugar cake is something we make in Barbados. When I was a little girl, I used to make this. As a matter of fact, when I was a kid, I used to make it and sell it for like 5 cents or 10 cents to my friends from school. I remember those days. It's a long time ago. But it's very easy to make, and it's more like a candy, but of course it's very sweet because what is it called? Sugar cake. And I don't make it very often because I have a sweet tooth, and I know if I make it, guess what, I'm going to be eating it, so I don't make it that often. But I want you to join me today because I'm making it specially for you, so you will see how to make it. So I'm hoping that you can join along with me as I make this, and we can all do it together. Let me first show you what we're going to start with. We're going to start with the coconut, and I'm using the hard coconut. This is not the one you buy from the supermarket. This one I have to grate it myself, and this is the hardest part about making sugar cake because I have to get the coconut out of the hard shell, and then I have to grate it. So I am going to grate this sugar cake, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you the ingredients that goes into sugar cake, and we'll make it together. Okay, so come on back with me. As you can see, this, as I told you, is the hardest part. Once you're able to do this, and when you have your grater, this side right here, this small side, is what you're going to grate your coconut on. Don't grate your coconut on this side. You need to grate it on this side. And I need 2 cups of coconut, and I think I have about 2 cups in here. So I'm just going to finish up this little piece right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out all the ingredients that I will be using, and I'll explain to you as I go along exactly what I'm doing. Okay, now guys, let's assemble our sugar cake and put everything together. But before I get started, I want to show you exactly what goes into the sugar cake. Okay, I have 2 cups of coconut, 1.5 cup of sugar. I have here, this is my little secret thing, molasses. Molasses is going to give the sugar cake a dark color. I have 1.5 cups of water. Over here I have 1.5 tablespoons of ginger. I have some bay leaf here. These leaves are a little small, so I have 3 bay leaf. And I have some spice here, some hard spice. So let's go over here and start making our sugar cakes. But we're gonna start by putting our 1.5 cups of water. I'm gonna put my ginger, my bay leaf, and my cinnamon in there. And then I add my sugar to that. And I'm gonna bring that to a boil and continue to stir it and bring it to a boil until all the sugar is melted. When the sugar is melted, then I'm gonna add the coconut. Guys, when you have your sugar water here, you stir it occasionally, and you let it take its time, and it simmer. And the reason for that is because your bay leaf that's in there, your spice, you want the flavors to come out before you add your coconut to that. So the coconut is going to be the last thing that you're going to add in. So you leave this and let it just slowly come to a boil. That way you get your spices, the flavors, to just come out. Guys, our water has been boiling for about 20 minutes. I let it boil that long. Actually, I had it on a very low stove because, as I said, I wanted the flavors of the spices to come out. Now it's boiling. Our sugar has melted. So now I will be adding our coconut. And I left, as you will see, a couple little pieces of the hard coconut in here. And I did that purposely so that, you know, because sometimes people like to crunch on a piece of hard coconut. So I left that in there so that you'll have a piece of hard coconut to crunch on. And once this in here, All you do is you stir it, and that's it. And you're going to do this until all the water has evaporated. Now you can continue to stir this and just leave this as that, and you'll have a brown sugar cake. I already made some earlier, so I made the red sugar cake, and all I did was put food coloring to that to make it red. But now I'm about to make my favorite, and I'm going to take this out because I think this was in here long enough. This is a hard spice. I don't need that in there. I'm also going to take the bay leaf out as well because that was in there long enough, because once it gets sticky, that is going to take that out. I had 3 pieces, so I gotta look for the other 2 pieces in there, and I'm gonna take those out as well if I ever find them. They're in here somewhere. See, they get lost already. That's why I should have taken them out, but that's okay. I'll find those as I keep stirring. They'll come to light. Oh, here's, oh no, that's not it. Alright, so as I said, you can leave this color and you'll have brown sugar cake, but I need to look for that because here's, okay, good. I still have one more piece that I need to find. Otherwise, when I put the molasses in here, I may not find it because the molasses is black. Oh, where are you? Where are you? Where'd you go? Okay, it's okay. It's in here somewhere. It's bay leaf. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to add a little of my molasses to this. Molasses is going to turn the color. See that? It changes the color. It also gives it a good taste too. I like this one. This is my favorite. And it's not dark enough for me. They usually call this is like a black color. So back in Barbados, this is usually called like black sugar cake. So if you say I want black sugar cake, people know what you're talking about, because this is the one that would want. Oh, here's the other bay leaf. Look, see, there it is. Okay, so now I want some black sugar cake, so I'm gonna pour some more molasses in here. And just remember, guys, you always just put a little bit in until you get the color that you want. And once you get the color that you want, then you stop. This is not dark enough, so I need some more molasses because I want it dark, because I want black sugar cake. So so make it darker. Yeah, this is my favorite, and I like it when it's nice and gooey. But what I'll do here is I'll continue to stir this, and I'm going to make sure to get all the liquid until all the liquid evaporates from here and there's no more liquid. Then I'm going to take it off and I'll put it to, and I'll drop it, and then they'll harden. So let me see this color. It's going to get darker as it but I think I'm going to put a little more in. And guys, just add a little bit, and I think that's good enough, because then it'll get darker, so I don't need to put any more in there. But this is good. I want black sugar cake, and this is gonna be my black sugar cake. Okay, so leave this for a couple of minutes, but you're going to continue to stir every once in a while to make sure till it starts to come away from the edges and all that liquid has evaporated. So that's what we're going to continue to do. I'm going to put a drop more in. And it's your preference, guys. It's your preference. You don't have to put the molasses in. You can just put a little drop in if you want to just change the color. You know, you don't have to put this in, but I'm just showing you that you can do that in, because it's a sugar cake. It's called black. Oh, I think we call it black sugar cake. I like it, and it has the molasses in it. It's even much darker than this, but I'm not gonna put any more in. But it's way more darker than this. But as you see, guys, the liquid is starting to evaporate. There's not much liquid in there anymore. It's coming along pretty good. This is what we ate as kids. And if you go to Barbados and you're going to town, you'll find somebody selling sugar cake along the streets or in the stores or wherever they're selling it. You'll see somebody, because people still like this thing, sugar cake. And I shouldn't be making this tonight because I have a sweet tooth, but I am gonna try my best not to eat all of it. I'm gonna be good. I'll give some away because this is very sweet. As you see, it's called sugar cake. What does it have? A lot of sugar. Guys, look, it's almost done. See that? Starting to move away from the sides, but see, it still have a little more liquid in it. So I need to get all the liquid out. I think it's just about done now. I think the water is all dried out. I think it's good. So it's time now for me to take it off. See how it moves away? And that, guys, is your Bajan sugar cake. Now I'm gonna drop them and show you. Now this is a sugar cake. So before it hardens, I'm gonna drop them like that. Oops, that's a little big. I'm making a mess, guys, but and then we're gonna let it sit here for a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes or so, just to cool. And once it cools, it should get hard. So I'm trying to put it quickly before it hardens in here. And this is Bajan sugar cake. I used to make this when I was a little girl. I haven't made it in years. But I told you guys I haven't forgotten my recipes. Look at that. I still remember it after all these years. Bajan sugar cake. You could go into Cave Shepherd in Barbados, sells this. And as I said, vendors along the road sells it. You can make it. I just showed you how easy it is to make it yourself. I also went ahead and made red ones, which I will show you in a little bit. Oh my goodness, they look so yummy. Let me try to get this little piece off right here. And it has the flavor of the ginger. Those little strings that you see, that's the ginger that I grated. It have the bay leaf and the cinnamon in there that gives it the flavor. So I'm gonna leave these for 15 minutes or so, just long enough for them to harden, and then I'll come back and show you what they're like when they're hardened. Bajan sugar cake. Alright guys, so now sugar cake is done. You saw how I made them. So now these ones are nice and chewy. I like it like that. And once they're hardened like that, then you eat your sugar cake. These are the ones I made earlier. So I made these earlier. I food coloring in them that turned them this color. So you can have them red like this with red food coloring. You can have white sugar cake. You can make them with white sugar and they'll be white. or you can just use brown sugar and leave them brown. These ones, I put molasses in these that turned them a little bit darker. So I hope you try this yourself. You see, they were very easy. It was just sugar. And what happened is, just remember, you put your water to boil, let the water boil slowly so that all your spices, the flavors can come out, and flavor the water before you put the coconut inside of the water. And then you keep stirring it and let all the water evaporate. Then when the water evaporates, then you drop your coconut, your sugar cake on a clean surface and give it at least 15 minutes or so to harden. This took about an hour. And the reason it took that long is because, as I said, I let the water boil slowly before I added the coconut to it. And then you keep stirring the coconut. You just stirring it, and as the water evaporates, then you drop it, and voila, you have your sugar cake. You can make them like really hard, or you can make them nice and chewy like this. This is nice and chewy. I'm going to taste it for you. And you guys must say thank you to me, because I'm not supposed to be eating all this sweet stuff because I have a sweet tooth. But I made it especially for you so you would see how to make sugar cake. So you got to say thank you. Okay? So let me taste it and tell you what it tastes like. Okay? And of course I left some few pieces of hard coconut in there, which you can if you like coconut. So you have that to chew on as well. But I'll taste this. This is just how I like it. Now, I can taste the ginger, the bay leaf. I can even taste the molasses a little bit. It is really good. It's really good, guys. If you've never made it, give it a try. Very simple. The hardest part about this was grating that coconut. And if you don't want a grated coconut, you can just go to the store and buy a pack of coconut. You can buy the unsweetened coconut, and then you can, do this and make it yourself. You don't have to do all that grating, but if you want a grater, it's up to you. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe. That little button below, just click that button. There's also a bell. You just click on the bell, and every time I put a video out, you'll be first to see it. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, bye-bye.